Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. I'm Drayton. I'm your host, and I'm so glad you're here. We got a good show for you today. We got some things we need to talk about. We got some things we got to put the final period on. You know what I'm saying? We got to put the final dot at the end of the sentence. Just know on this show you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me. So let's quit playing around. Let's get started. Let's go! Welcome to the Dray Way. I've got really good news for you. I got amazing good news for you. You want to hear the news? The presidency is over. Yeah, Donald Trump, he put a fork in it. He's done. When I say he's done, this Epstein thing is not going away. It's not going away. It's here to stay. His flip-flopping on begging Republicans, please don't vote for this. Please don't have these files put out. Please don't. I mean, I hate to break the news to him. We've seen the emails. The emails are damaging enough. The emails are enough. If like I've said on this show before, if I was an attorney and had you up on the stand, Mr. Trump, you would be toast. There is enough evidence there to make you look really, really, really bad and probably throw you in jail, in my opinion. So this presidency is absolutely over with because nobody wants to be on the record defending a guy that was best friends in dealing with a pedophile. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people who are like, no, I'm not going to go on the record for trying to hide what these people did to children. Yeah, I'm not signing up for that. So there's going to be a lot of Republicans that vote with the Democrats. Let's bring it all out. Let's bring it all out. Let's stop trying to hide it. There's victims here. That's the part that just absolutely blows my mind. There are victims here. There's hundreds and hundreds of victims. And they tell their story very clearly. How come we always believe women no matter what it is, except when it deals with Donald Trump? How come, and even he says, with the words coming out of him, oh yeah, I just grab women, I just grab them by the pussy, I kiss them, I just do whatever. When you're famous, you can just do that. He has admitted to sexually assaulting women. We all heard it. We all saw he admitted, oh yeah, when you're famous, you can do that. What? No. I don't care if you're famous. That's breaking the law. But see, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that because he's gotten away with it again and again and again. Even when a couple of dozen women came and said, this guy did this to me and this to me and this to me. So many of you Republican women went, oh, well, they must be lying. They're not telling the truth. Even though everything this man has done displays that they're telling the truth. I mean, he was found guilty of sexual assault. The judge said rape. The judge called it rape. The judge in the case called it rape. And we're still defending this piece of shit? Why would anyone defend this sick individual, this criminal? And this is the part I want you to understand. This is the part I want to drive home. The rest of the world is watching us. The rest of the world now thinks differently about America and will treat America differently for years to come. I mean, for years. How are you ever going to trust America again? How are you ever going to trust the United States that they're going to, that they're not going to put some complete effing moron, some complete mental psychopath in the White House that we did it because we did it twice? The rest of the world saw him damage the country the first time and went, surely Americans aren't that stupid. Surely Americans aren't that dumb to put this guy in office again. But if you look at the statistics, that's exactly what happened. The dumber you are, the less educated you are, the more likely you are to vote for Donald Trump. The smarter you are, the more educated you are, you want nothing to do with Donald Trump. Isn't that interesting? What it shows the rest of the world is we have a nation full of dummies. To put this man in the office not once, but do it twice, people look at us and go, you deserve what you deserve. You get what you get. How could you put someone so vile and disgusting in charge of your entire country at 80 years old? An 80-year-old miserable old fat guy is in the White House running things? You couldn't do any better than that. You couldn't find somebody that wasn't an ugly fat slob that likes to mistreat women and doesn't like people of color. You couldn't have done any better than that. And what's our answer? Oh, I don't know. Well, I didn't vote for him. Yeah. Okay, 70 million Americans voted for this garbage. Voted for this man that has never been successful at anything. No business that I've seen has he ever been successful at. And this is who we put as the President of the United States. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think it's been a total disaster, and I think it makes us look really bad. I think it makes the country look bad. It's going to make us look bad for years and years and years, because it's going to be hard to forgive us. It's going to be hard to forgive the United States for putting that piece of garbage onto the rest of the world. Let me know what you think. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 to the Dray Way coming up next. I think it's time for us to talk about this because I don't understand it. I don't even understand it a little bit. We have almost 1 million homeless people in America. Almost 1 million. Why in the richest country in the world do we have 1 million homeless people? Why isn't that being ended immediately? Elon Musk, with all your money, I could care less about you going to Mars or anything else. You want to be a hero? How about you and a couple of your buddies, billionaire buddies, getting rid of homelessness, ending it today? You guys have the power to do that. You guys could make that happen in just 12 months. We could have everybody no longer homeless in America, the richest country in the world. We could get rid of homelessness immediately. But we choose not to. But this isn't a problem in other countries. This isn't a problem. And is it mental health? Is it drugs? Yes. Get them the mental health they need. Get them the drug treatment that they need. That's solving the issue. But around the world, this is not a problem around the world. It's primarily in the United States. We have more homeless by far than anyone else. It's not even close. We are the king of homeless people. And it's going up. It's getting higher. And it's going higher quickly. And nobody, and I mean nobody, is talking about solutions. Nobody. Nobody's talking about a fix. Nobody's talking about, hey, we got to do something about this. No. The number just keeps growing. And now we're at close to 1 million people in the United States, in the mighty United States, the richest country in the world. And these people are homeless because we can't figure out how to treat these people from a medical standpoint or treat them from a drug rehab standpoint. We just can't figure it out. And we certainly haven't put the resources to get it done. And that's a shame on us, because all these homeless people, they're Americans and they have a story. And I'm sure they had dreams once too. And for many of them, they just need a helping hand to get out of poverty, to get out of homelessness. But what are we doing right now? Nothing. Nothing. Republicans are in charge of the House, the Senate, the White House. And what have they done to help the homeless situation? Absolutely nothing. They haven't addressed it because the leader at the top is too worried about people finding out information about him and what Jeffrey Epstein did to poor young children. Yeah, that's what his priority is right now, trying to protect what him and his buddy did years ago to young children. And in the meantime, almost 1 million Americans in the United States homeless. Let me know what you think. Don't go anywhere. Part 3 to the Dray Way coming up next. Well, I promised that I would let you in on the journey. I have a spot on the a big spot on the side of my face. I got a big spot on my chest, a spot on my head. I have 4, maybe 5 basal carcinomas that I'm treating. The one on the side of my face is like on fire. I wish I could say it another way, but this is 3 weeks of treatment. You can see it gets really gnarly. And believe it or not, that's going to get a lot worse. It's got another 3 weeks of treatment to go, and it'll eventually form a hard shell, and then the shell will fall off, and then underneath should be brand new baby skin. So yeah, I have actually 3 different basal carcinomas right together. I have one on my head and one on my chest. So I have 5 that I am treating right now. So that's why the other day when I was talking to you on the show, I said that, you can't do anything. You literally can't achieve anything, move forward in life, or even have a life if you don't take care of yourself. If you're not mindful and taking care of, like I tell my son all the time, take care of your teeth, son. I said, a lot of sickness and stuff comes from your mouth and your teeth because people don't take care of them. And I said, these are the only teeth that you're ever going to have. This is it. You don't get a new set, a new pair, or anything else like that. These are the teeth that you're going to deal with the rest of your life. And you don't want to have problems in your mouth. If you have problems in your mouth, that usually leads to problems throughout your entire body. So I'm a real harper on my child about brushing his teeth because I do it 4 to 5 times a day. And I've always done that because I was just really worried about, as I got older, I saw older people missing teeth, losing teeth, and just poor dental care. And I was like, who wants to deal with that? I never wanted to deal with that. So I've always understood that, a little maintenance, a little care goes a long way so you don't have a big problem later on. And that's how I've treated my skin cancer as well. I check my body and my face and my head. I check and I check and I check all the time. And sometimes I sit there and I go, that's not looking good. Hopefully that goes away in a few months. And after a while, there's a few things that don't go away that you go, okay, here we go, back to treating them. And that's how you end up with stuff like this. And I would show you the one on my chest, but the one on my chest is just brutal. And they burn all the damn time. So, but my point is, continue to get yourself checked out. Continue to look at, especially now they got new, I don't know, I'll bring the name of it to you. I don't have it on me, but there's a new blood test thing that you can do for very inexpensively. You just attach it to your arm, and over the next minute or 2, it collects enough blood, then you send it away, and then you get a full report. And you can do that once a month. And I think that's a spectacular idea, to know what's going on in your blood, know what you could improve on, know what you can do to make changes. I'll get the name of that, and if one of you knows the name of that, go ahead and put it in the comments. But I'll talk about it tomorrow on the Dray Way. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'll make sure I get the name of that blood test tomorrow. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me on the Dray Way. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button There's a new show every day, and you can hang out with me and my good friends every single day. We'll see you tomorrow, right here on the Dray Way. Have a good day, everybody.